Shumba, what are you doing in my chair? Shumba, this is my chair. Can I get you to move? 1 second, everyone. Shumba, can I just get you to... Can you just go there?
Shumba, what are you doing in my chair? Shumba,
Thank you.
this is my chair.
Okay.
Move. 1 second, everyone. Shumba, can I just get you to... You just go there.
There we go. Right, I hope this is working. I've got my iPad, so I can see if I can see your comments. So the idea is you can ask me questions or say things to me, and hopefully you can hear me and I'll respond, and maybe even and Shumba. So the first thing I'm going to ask is, can everyone see me okay and can everyone hear me okay? It's a little bit windy. Thankfully it's sunny, but hopefully the audio is okay. They think you've got patience, Shumba. Yes? He's very good. As soon as he puts his tie on, he doesn't move. He stays exactly where he should, don't you? You're very good. You're going to sit down, Shumba? Yeah? You're going to sit down? Okay, I'll bring you a bit closer. You're going to sit? There we go. Oh, he's going to get on the table now. Here we go. Right. So hopefully you can hear me okay. And if you can't, yes, just let me know, because obviously I can see what everyone's saying. Today, we weren't going to do this. And then we had a little think about it this afternoon. We thought, why don't we try doing a live YouTube? We've never done anything like this before. I do live Instagram and Twitter, but never YouTube. So we thought this might be a fun little trial to see how this works. So it's not going to be as exciting as the normal episodes, but still we thought we'd have a go. And Shumba was up, as you can tell. Shumba was very much up for having a go at this. So here we've got Shumba, who's going to help me. Are you going to help me, Shum? Yeah? Okay. You can see he's thrilled about this, isn't he? Today is World Whisky Day, apparently. I was notified this morning that it's World Whisky Day, and I am a whisky drinker. And I thought I'd quickly share with you my tip, not that it's a difficult one, but how to make the perfect whisky. When it comes to drinking whisky, there's many experts out there, so I'm not going to pretend I'm an expert when it comes to whisky. As I say, I enjoy it. I have my particular favourites. One of the things I know you never do is you should never mix whisky with, say, like, dare I say, Coca-Cola. I remember many years ago being once told off for this in Scotland. So I've learnt the hard way. I know exactly what I shouldn't be mixing my whisky with. Now, when it comes to making a whisky, Shumba, if I can pop you there for a second. It's a bit like Blue Peter. I don't know if any of you know Blue Peter in the UK, having the animals. When it comes to my whisky, I've obviously got my whisky glass, I've got my ice bucket, and I normally put, again, a couple of ice cubes in. I normally have about 3. Some people will not put ice in with the whisky because it obviously waters it down a little bit. Personal choice. I have my favourite little whisky decanter, and then I give myself a good measure of whisky. Nothing too over the top. It's obviously round about that amount you want in there. What you can also do, Shumba is obviously very keen to begin, you can also add some water. I've got a little noggin here, which is a very traditional way of putting your water into your whisky, and then you just open the lid and you can pour a little drop in. Yes, Shumba obviously wants to be the star of today's show, and as you can see, Shumba has also got his beverage, because it would be wrong if we didn't have Shumba's beverage. So thank you, Shumba. So here's Shumba. Would you like he hasn't got whiskey, I'll quickly add, but would you like some more water in there? Yeah. Yes, fantastic. Do you want to drop one in there? Very good. Okay, well, let's put that in there for you. Okay, is that okay? Wonderful. There we go. He's obviously enjoying this this moment. As I said, thankfully there is no whiskey in there, I can assure you. And I wonder how many of you knew it was World Whisky Day. I had no idea that there was such a day, but anyway, there is, and that's why we're doing this. And we're going to very shortly go in, and we'll probably enjoy a whisky, and I hope you all are as well. And I'm going to have a quick look to see if there's any questions. See if we've got any questions coming in. Shumba is so tiny. I have a whisky marmalade on my toast. I love whisky marmalade. It's one of my favourites. Yes, RG, I agree. World Whisky Day. I think it's something I thought of this morning. I wish I had thought of it. It's a good idea. Do we have a Dachshund Day, Shumba? Is there a World Dachshund Day? Oh, okay. There we go. He's obviously had enough. That's fantastic. He's kind of done. Are you going to sell the Dachshunds when they're old enough, or do you just love having them around? love Dachshunds. We've got, I think I said to you, there's about 6 of them, and love them all. Shumba's the one that loves being in front of the camera. We've actually noticed since doing this, as soon as he sees a camera, he's there. And what was even strange about today was we're filming this on, obviously, an iPhone instead of the normal camera. And as soon as he saw the tripod being set up, Shumba came straight in, and he's been sitting here for about 15 minutes. He's been sitting here patiently waiting to have his moment. So it'd be quite good to know if you like this idea, these live videos, because obviously we can make them a bit more exciting and entertaining and have the other Dachshunds and still demonstrate things. Not going to be won't be as clean cut as the other ones, which are nicely edited, but we just thought it was a way of being able still to do them on a daily basis, and possibly still once a week we'll do a more polished version. And it also means if any of you got any questions of how to do things or things you want to see, then we can almost demonstrate them right away. What's this? Martha has just said May the 22nd. Is it really? Is that a fact? May the 22nd? Because if it is, then we need to have a live YouTube for that, don't we, Shumba? Because then all the Dachshunds can get together for that. I genuinely didn't know that. And then C has put, I saved some for 1999, comes to Asian whiskey in a bottle. Asian whiskey, it's a funny one because I'm not an expert. I have a friend in Scotland who is very much into whiskey, and they understand it a lot better. We're about to take off here. They understand it a lot better, with whiskies and aging. I think there's value in old whiskies, but as I said, we'll have to get an expert on. Maybe one of these videos, once the lockdown's over, we can actually get an expert to come along and join us. This is actually working really well. I'm finding it quite good that I can still see what everyone's saying, and this time I'm actually able to interact with you directly. And as you can see, Shumba's very much. Are you enjoying this, Shumba? Yes. Okay. That's it. The camera's that way. We seem to have a bit of a problem here. There we go. If we sit around that way, there we go. Okay. Then you can see everyone if you look that way. Thanks for all the messages. This is fantastic. In the USA, Dachshund Day is July the 23rd. But every day is a Dachshund Day. I agree, every day is a Dachshund Day. July the 23rd, that's amazing. So there's obviously a Dachshund Day in the USA, and is it a World Dachshund Day on the 22nd? Or is that, Martha, is that just the UK? I'm gonna have to Google this. Anyway, please keep your questions coming in. Please keep liking, sharing the videos, because we enjoy doing them, and that's why I actually felt really bad yesterday, because when I saw the comments from some people who were generally upset that we were going to stop putting them out every night, we thought, well, maybe there's a way we can still do it without the work, because a lot of work goes into a lot of the videos that we make, and this way it's a bit easier. So potentially, if this works, please let me know in your comments, and we will continue doing these and continue coming up with ideas of things you want to see, because there's many more things that go on in a private house that we can demonstrate, and I'm sure there's many more things that the Dachshunds can also. I'm terribly sorry, he's been extremely rude. He's not normally this antisocial, but he's obviously a bit confused. Are you confused, Shimba? Is it not the normal setup? No. Okay. Right, I think we are going to go in then before we get literally blown away, as you can see the wind is picking up, and my tablecloth became a sail a second ago, so we might end up sailing off into the sunset. Shumba would not be happy about that. Could you imagine, Shumba, could you imagine being stuck with me if we ended up sailing away together? Oh, I don't think you'd like that. Oh, one more comment here. I'll look at one more comment. What's this say? I thought you should take whiskey straight. Yes, if you're a whiskey expert, they will tell you, I think, that you shouldn't add water or ice, because it obviously changes it. It's a bit like tea in milk. It's the same debate. Personally, I like to put ice in my whiskey, but I should mention that normally in the evenings, if I have a whiskey just before I go to bed, I just have it as it is. I don't put anything in. But if I'm having it just now, then obviously I put some ice in. Especially if you find yeah, exactly. So I'm loving the comments. This is great. How many sets of china do you have? The French set, the Milton. The French set it's French porcelain, and it was from a house clearance. and I have a lot of it. I have boxes of it. So what you've seen in the Quarantine Etiquette series, the episode where I was showing you the china, that's nothing. That's just a small amount of it. We ended up finding a huge amount, sadly I say sadly, because it was obviously from a house clearance, but really glad I could save it. A lot of the things that you see are things that I've saved, either from house clearances, car boots, junk shops. So it's amazing what you can find. So don't go and start spending huge amounts of money, because you can find things. I probably even guarantee this silver plated tray would be from a car boot sale or a junk shop. So you don't need to go and spend huge amounts of money. Okay, well maybe what we'll do is I might see if we can find the china, and I can show you. If you really want to see the china, you can see the china. Are you enjoying your drink, Shimba? Is that okay? Do you want some more? Do you want some more water in there? Are you okay? Do you want to drop more in there? Yes. There we go. Put some more in there for you. Okay. See, I am his butler. This is not made up. I am his butler. That is my role in life now. Fantastic. It's great having all these comments. I will have a look at them later on, just in case I've missed anything. The word Dachshund. I love seeing the word Dachshund. I didn't have Dachshunds 10, 12 years ago. I would never have had a Dachshund. I always had big dogs. And then suddenly I met these guys. And now I wouldn't have, Shuma, it's okay, I wouldn't have any other, just Dachshunds, yes? Okay. He's always saying joy. He is a star. He's normally a bit more friendly. He's obviously in the huff about something. I've obviously not done something. Maybe I forgot to make his bed or something. But he's obviously, if I sit in there, he might be a bit more friendly. Is that better? Yes? You happy now? Yeah, okay. There. Okay. Hello to Prague. Amazing. It always amazes me how many people join this from across the globe. It's fantastic. I mean, when I do look at the comments, as you know, I join the conversation, and I find it amazing how many people tune into these. So they make it, for me, it makes it really worthwhile. Right, I don't want to bore you, because obviously these normally only last for about 10 minutes, and I'm sure you all want to carry on with your teas, your coffees, or even it will soon be time for gin and tonics actually. But we are going to, we're going to go in shortly, and we will enjoy our, we'll soon be having our supper, probably in about an hour or so. Is that right, Shimba? And he'll probably want to finish off his water, and I should actually try this, because it's now going to be quite watered. So if there's any whiskey experts, they'll probably tell me it's too watered down, but that's absolutely perfect. That's really strange. I normally have this, just as I said, just before I go to bed. Absolutely delicious. My grandfather lived to an amazing age, and I swear he always said it was because he used to have whiskey every night. So there's the secret to long life. When people ask about long life, have a glass of whiskey. I think it will certainly keep you going, put it that way. Washington DC, that's fantastic. That's amazing. I've been to Washington. I was there quite a few years ago. I didn't go in the White House, but I've even met, dare I say, I've met some American politicians, but I don't want to go and cause any problems. So I won't say who, but I've met a few, and I've looked after a few in my time, which has been good fun. And somebody also suggested they would like to know the comparisons between Downton Abbey, for anyone from America that's watching this, comparisons between A Private House Today and Downton Abbey. And again, I thought of doing a live YouTube where we actually, we could look at the comparisons set in parts, say, of the movie, in which it's got its very own royal butler, and I could talk you through the comparisons, the reality of what it is, of what it's like. Do politicians have butlers? Yes, politicians do have butlers. They do. I know you. Do you have an idea of which one? No, I don't. Sorry, someone just asked a question about a billionaire. Would you ever know? Say, do you have an idea of which one it was? No, I don't. And thank you, Miss Poppy, for love the royal hot dogs. Royal hot dogs. That's your new. You've just been called a hot dog. He's now going to go in a real sulk. If anyone calls him a sausage dog or a hot dog, that's it. He turns off. He completely. He's got a real. Yeah, he's got a real thing about that, haven't you? Yes, that's it. He's not going to talk to me for the rest of the evening. That's it. Right. We're going to go. thank you so much for tuning in. If this has been a success, and obviously I'm going to have to watch it back and see how it comes across and read your comments, but if this has been a success, then we can do these quite easily in the evenings. It means that we can carry on doing the quarantine etiquette. Keep your suggestions coming in because it tells me what you want to see. I've taken on board what you said about the china and the porcelain, so we can do that. But just keep giving me ideas of what you would like to see. And as I said, it gives us content to create for you, and possibly once a week we'll still do the normal quarantine etiquette. And last thing I want to say, I've just seen somebody from the southwest. I'm not too far away. Whoever that is in the southwest, I'm assuming it's the southwest of England, that is. Thank you. This has been really good fun. I was a little bit nervous of doing this because I do live vlogs on Instagram and Twitter, but I've not done one on YouTube. So I've been obviously slightly nervous about doing this, but it seems to work. You can see me, you can hear me, I can see your comments, and so this works. Love Somerset, Annie, just so you're from Somerset, love Somerset. I've got some good friends down there. Right, Shumba's obviously had enough, so I'm going to say cheers and enjoy the rest of your day, your evening, and we'll see you tomorrow for, is it episode 53? This is where it's going to test me, episode 53, 53 episodes. I need a few of these to keep going. Okay, I'm going to leave you for a few seconds with Shumba, who will obviously have a few words of wisdom, and then we will end the stream. Okay, Shumba, do you mind just finishing off? Is that okay? You don't mind? Fantastic. Okay, and yes, more videos of the boxes. Yes, I'll maybe we'll do some videos of Shumba's boxes. Shumba, would you be up for that? No, okay. Right, Shumba, would you mind just taking over for a second, just so I can go over here? See, the problem is I have to be an IT butler, so I have to do everything: sound, visual, props, special effects, stunts. Right, Shumba, if you finish off, okay, and I'm just going to go and turn the camera off so you can say goodbye to everyone, yes? Very good. He's so well trained. Thank you for watching, everyone.